A field kissed by the sun. A majestic forest. Like heaven on earth. A family, having fun together. After fall. There is winter. And then something else, probably breathtaking. And dolphins. You've got to have dolphins, right? And a snake. All right, let's throw in some elephants. And an alien, why not? Stock footage, the movie. Coming soon, as soon as we clear the rights for this clip here.
MaJaMa.
Sorry I'm late, guys. I got a call from my doctor this morning, and he said he had good news and he had bad news. Well, I said, well, what's the good news? He said, I got 24 hours to live. So I said, well, geez, what's the bad news? I forgot to call you yesterday.
Thank
you.
Oh my God.
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. Now, we are once again bringing you guys the table scraps, the little morsels that fell off during Thanksgiving dinner that don't justify a full jam session that we still wanted to dissect for you. And today we have a very special personal one, something that both comes from within the family of bad CGI sharks and also at the same time is something we kind of want to laugh and mock at.
Incidentally, but yes.
Now, a lot of people may not know this. I feel like we talk about Emmy and Allie more. Justified, but still, I don't know if we talk as much about Sheila motherfucking Marie Shostak.
Sheila Marie.
Sheila Marie, I'm sorry, I'm a guy that respects stage names. Sheila Marie, our wonderful, beloved producer on Bad CGI Sharks, who pretty much found us every actor that wasn't us and everything else.
And moral supporter.
In general, just made sure that we could focus on our dumb creative stuff and didn't have to do much.
In general, just good human being.
Yes, very sweet, and maybe even trumps my idealism in that nature. So
every now and then when you're losing faith in mankind, somebody like Sheila shows up and you say, oh.
She's got no real claws. You know, someone like me, they're like, Jason, you're a sweetie pie, but then I go off into my artistic zone and I do douchebaggy stuff. Sheila's just a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Just a nice sweetheart in this world.
And a tenacious one.
Yes.
I haven't done anything.
So basically, a lot of sharks would not have happened without Sheila. All blessings to our 6-person team. Anyone that is on that 6-person team, we adore you. I know I'm talking about 3 of it's us, but fuck it. Those other 3 people. And everyone else in our cast. Anyway, who gives a fuck? You don't even need to show a clip anymore. They know. It's the whole purpose of the show, stroke ourselves off. Now there is a shark on the loose, and it is actually really pretty badass. Except it's trying to kill us!
What?
Well, the police are going to be no help, but I suppose the NWA could have already told us that. Oh God! So anyway, Sheila, our beloved Sheila, is also an actress sometimes. And she appears in this.
And Bad CGI Sharks.
It's true. Cut to that clip. That's the bullshit. Cut to Sheila's camera.
Quizzical employee.
Quizzical employee, as listed in the credits.
Aren't you supposed to be in the middle of your interview right now?
Yeah.
You're only wearing one shoe?
Yeah.
So, Matthew and Mateo were actually at the premiere of this. So I want one of you to tell us the story of how you just...
I was not.
Forgive me. Matthew was at the premiere of this with Sheila.
Yes.
Therefore, you're going to tell the story of how you came to discover this.
You also think
gem.
it's the night I lost your jacket, but it's not true, because I brought it home. Anyway.
I'd forgotten, and the anger just came back.
We were in a...
Jay came up the first day I wore it at work, and he came up to my line and said, "Ooh, Jay, I like the way you swagging in that jacket." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." I wore it once. Smooth, popped collar with a little rib, so it was permanent
brought it
popped
home.
rib
I was
little
wearing
thing.
it the whole
Adidas,
time. I didn't
nice
leave it
expensive. No,
anywhere.
you fucking lost
Where
that
would
shit
I put
for
it?
me.
What would I have done with
Fucking
it?
dickwad.
It was a cold night.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have taken it off. Sheila drove.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose one of your beloved jackets. I mean, that
I don't have a
fucking-
beloved jacket.
Your burgundy faggot varsity jacket thing there.
This is not a
Now, what
varsity
are you
jacket. There's
auditioning
no
for a
varsity
fucking
number
role
on
in
it. Do you see a
goddamn
varsity
Family
number?
Ties in the 80s?
Traffic school.
Well, I think we have a diversity of issues here today, don't we?
So how we
So we were going to the premiere of 12.
a bunch of different stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it
Oh.
was.
Was it Scott Esman Film
Scott
Festival?
Esman Film Festival in a classroom. Funnily enough,
Oh.
this is where.
The magic is born.
Yes, well, there was a DVD there,
Oh.
where traffic school takes place. I think we were going there for 12 Angry Men on the Field. Something about a baseball short film. Either way,
Oh yes. I forget
what it was called.
No, 12 men on the field. Men on the field. 12. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, it's the baseball movie he was doing.
12 Loads on My Back. Dean Koontz,
No.
Dean Cougar, Dean, director of photography of Jurassic Park, was there.
Don
Don Piper.
Yes.
Whatever. Don Poopy Pants.
Rick
was there.
Hausenfeld.
Rick Hausenfeld
Dean
was Dean.
Cundy.
Candy.
Yeah. Jim Jeffries was there. Either way.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The comedian?
Yeah.
No.
Why wouldn't he be there?
Jim Jeffries, the gun control?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim Jackson.
Oh, our
Jim
lead.
Sloan.
Jim Sloan.
Oh.
Let's just move on.
All right, so we went there to see this other video, and then we watched this Traffic School as well as Doxy Dog with an animated dog TV show. So this is a new sitcom called Traffic School, a film by Scott Esman, who we knew from the set of Potluck, a pilot we shot for Real Magic Production.
And it should be said, me and you's first
Use?
ever audition.
What is a Ute?
What is a Ute? Our first ever audition. Booked it.
Not me.
Got paid. Never did another one.
It's something that was legal.
Hey, man.
Listen, you were supposed to be in Bay 1 an hour ago.
Right, true. It's the truth. It's the truth, my brother. Okay, still sprung and ready for action.
All right. Yes.
Is there a particular strain you prefer?
Well, in my experience, I found that the sour diesel is an excellent strain for cooking as it holds very well in the butter. Now, don't let the name sour diesel scare you. It's an awesome flavor, but whatever you use, do as I do. Be sure that it's top grade.
Damn, that's good. Fuck, I gave you too much of that. They don't know where you're coming from.
DA, don't move!
Fuck, man, I haven't moved in an hour.
On the ground, buddy! On the ground!
I am on the ground, man.
Get down on your knees! Put your hands on your head!
So, you with the governor's office?
First ever audition. Booked it.
Don't say it again.
Got paid.
Don't say it
never
again.
did another one.
You had to say the whole thing again.
Do you want to say it again?
I think it's pretty impressive. It's
you
not impressive
booked
at
it.
all. It's actually not impressive
Got
at all.
paid.
I got the role
I'll tell you
because
what,
of the hair.
Making it worse.
Yes, I know.
I didn't get the role.
If I had short hair, I wouldn't have gotten that role. Seriously.
Oh.
I'm not kidding.
You didn't get the role? You did.
No, I got DA agent
Oh,
number
you were
3.
another. Yeah. You auditioned
What would
for
you
another
audition
one.
for?
The Alan.
Anyways,
So we got to know him on the set of Potluck as he was our director.
We should learn from this. He's not exactly picky with the casting.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he was in charge of the casting. I don't think he was even there. Either way, he made this as, I think, a film with his film class that he teaches. And it's a pilot for what could have been a funny idea.
yeah.
Definitely has a 70s Welcome Back Kotter vibe to it.
Now, when you're with a girl, you don't want to let her know that you're there, right? Very nonchalant, okay? Keep your eyes closed. Stand in the corner.
Vinny, you're gonna give yourself a third-degree corduroy burn.
It's not a pilot, it's a suicide bomber.
It's great. Has that ever been done before? Patent pending. So this is the story of...
Get on with it, man.
People in the traffic school, and there's different characters, and there's a...
Why is our lead there?
Who?
Our lead. Why is he there
Who's
teaching?
the lead?
Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries not the lead?
Jim Sloan.
He's not the lead, though.
Who's the lead?
Exactly.
Alright, look, this has all been very educational. But before our guest speaker, let's please go over the important information on the board.
It's him!
That's not him. I mean, I
Why
guess
is
you
he
had to
there?
pick one. He's a comedian, and to entertain the kids at traffic school, they want someone there who's robust in his
Like the sauce
talent.
at Papa John's.
So they want, maybe this, I think this is a normal thing they do at traffic school. They bring in comedians to help the
I don't even
class
know
go
where to
down
start with this.
easier.
This might be a long one.
That's what she said. So it's supposed to be set up like a sitcom,
Yes.
and it is way too many characters to start off with.
There are way too many characters. There is, unfortunately, not a single shot that establishes where everybody is in relation to...
Unless you're shooting in a real classroom, so it's tight.
Yes, I
tight.
understand. But all the cameras are only on one side, which unfortunately is profile, and it doesn't give an idea. When sometimes when they're talking to some people in the back, they really look like that they're floating from nowhere.
Well, there's that one shot of the Michigan guy who looks like a dollar store Channing Tatum. Him and his girl are like against the back of his shed.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a classroom background.
Yeah,
and it's just like probably they needed something
they
else.
don't feel there.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, I've had a few issues. Speeding, running with lights. I had a baby in the back seat, but it was facing the wrong way. And a mannequin in the passenger seat.
Why'd you do that?
To use the carpool lane.
Good thinking.
Yeah, I did that.
Or like when Scott does his cameo, that the class is empty and he is just like walking in and he's talking to nobody because it's really...
Catch the wind. See us spin. What? Sail away.
Dude.
Leave the day.
Dude.
MaJaMa.
Sorry that I'm late. Did I miss much?
Nope, we just started introductions.
Oh, hello, my name is Maria.
Were you lost?
No, I was in the kitchen, melting the butter.
Of course. So, what did you do to earn your privilege of joining us here today?
I got a ticket during my driving test.
Can I do that?
Apparently.
No, you can't. You don't even have a license yet. That's not possible.
I feel like we should say off the bat, I remember you came home and you said, okay, this, and that wasn't that great, but there was traffic school, which kind of caught my attention. You left with the DVD, and you said we're going to watch it. And yes, it did kind of become a Hallmark training video where we watched it as like a comfort food to laugh at, but it should be said, and I think all three of us agree, there are the genuine seeds of a great idea here.
Yeah.
There are the genuine seeds of what I think could be a blast of a sitcom in the vein of like a, I'm thinking a Taxi, like a 70s like ensemble cast.
He's gonna do it. You know he's gonna do it.
What does a yellow light mean? Slow down. Okay. What?
I think that you got it right. The Welcome Back Cutter is probably even more the... Because there are some of the characters, and once again, probably I will get rid of half of them in terms of recurring characters.
Plus, there's two hot Latina women who come into the class late.
Almost the exact same gag, less than a minute apart. It's very strange because it really is the same gag that, hey, I'm here, I'm hot, and there's no one that will turn me down because I'm hot.
And
also,
there's two dumb white valley girls who are speaking the same way.
What?
And while they have a fight with two... Yes, exactly.
What does milking the butter mean?
I was in the kitchen, melting the butter.
Of course.
So she walks in.
I was in the kitchen.
She says, I'm sorry I'm late. I was in the kitchen. First of all, this is a traffic school. Granted, okay, we're renting classrooms, so maybe this is a school, but it's established as it's at a strip mall.
This may be the most confusing line in the whole thing.
So she says, then I was in the kitchen milking or melting the butter.
Melting would make sense, but
melting wouldn't make sense.
Melting
What
would
does that
make
make
sense
sense?
because
What's that
it's an activity as opposed to milking the butter. But either way,
maybe she meant churning the butter.
This is
Yeah,
this is what I'm talking about. With
I have to go to school. Quick, melt the butter.
I was in the kitchen, melting the butter.
But I mean, it's obviously got to be some kind of joke that she's hot, she's in the kitchen, and she's.
Oh!
Are you serious?
I'm hot. I was melting the. What the fuck does that mean, though?
Yes, but yes. What does that still mean? But yes.
I was in the kitchen, melting the butter.
She's hot. She was in the kitchen. Something in the butter was melting, turning the butter. Butter's like jizz.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm a time traveler, and I was in the 1800s churning butter.
No, you churn it like this. You don't churn it.
Do that motion again. How you churn it?
Nope.
4 or 5 gallons would have been the usual amount churned. Every farm had a different technique. So on her first week, she was shown how the churning should be done here. After today, she would have to do the job by herself.
Dude, God, there's so much here.
And so little.
So it's very strange that with a minute apart, we get basically the same entrance of the same character. Maybe it's just a horny thing. Put them both in. They're hot.
Yes.
Then we have
the other girl who walks in and says she.
Is this the traffic school?
That's what I thought this morning.
I need to wipe this ticket off my record. It's like my 3rd this year.
Well, if you have more than 2 tickets over 18 months, you'll never get it off your record.
Oh, that's so uncool. My insurance is gonna go way up.
The tragic thing of this, granted,
is that we're sitting around talking about it.
Being kind of like a pilot, it has to introduce the characters. But it looks like that is all it does. Because the only thing that happens of different is the arrival of the cop.
I learned how to drive when I was like 13.
I'll tell you who has the right of way. It's who I say has it.
Not you.
I remember you. I busted you for jaywalking. You had 1 foot outside of the crosswalk.
What's a crosswalk? Is that like the flashing thingy with the picture of the hand?
Oh my God. This is insanity.
But nothing really happens. Yes.
Well,
And
it's also, yes, that they... I understand that you want a verbal back and forth, but it's like punctuated in... And now we're going to learn about this joke, and now we're going to switch to this.
And
joke,
not only
now-
that, but the confusing audio track of trying to do a classroom full of people having random comments here and there about things said.
with insane
so
stock audio just drop. Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, am I late?
2.
I was just at the DMV. I lost my license.
He's here today to talk about proper traffic procedures during inclement weather.
You have got to be kidding. Ay, caramba.
Yeah.
But
What?
during
Oh.
Scott's cameo, the director's cameo, when he comes in and he reads Led Zeppelin lines as if it were a poem, he fishes a book out of the garbage can and then
Looks like a book wrapped in
Yes.
toilet
I-
paper?
At first,
it really does. Looks
at
like he
first
pulls out
I
a book
thought-
wrapped in toilet paper.
At first I thought it was a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
And then, but then
Or
there
burrito or
is something written
Yeah.
on
So
one side.
then he proceeds to read these lyrics as if it were a poem.
Catch the wind, see us spin, sail away,
Dude.
leave the day,
Dude.
way up high in the sky. But the wind don't blow. You really shouldn't go. Only goes to show that you will be mine by taking our time. Zoody doo udapa badua.
And everyone's like, oh, he's a weird
He's a
guy who just comes in.
philosopher.
Yeah, he's a philosopher. He's coming in. He's a janitor, but he's saying
He doesn't even work
weird
here.
things. He doesn't work here.
Guy's a philosopher.
I don't get it. I've heard that somewhere before.
I get it fully.
So do I. Makes total sense.
That guy was a freaking idiot. He doesn't even work here.
Yes, he is. I saw him in the kitchen.
So is what he said going to be on the written test?
But during his speech, there's people going, what? What is he saying? Oh, as well as, oh yeah,
Yes,
from like a
there's
woman orgasming. I'm like, what the fuck are you layering here, man? What's the point? What's happening?
But the wind don't blow.
Oh, yes.
You really shouldn't go.
Sorry, I was whacking off while I was editing. That wasn't supposed to be in there.
Dude, but it's just like, what the fuck?
It's very, very, very
I mean, I get the
weird.
basic joke. He's a weird guy. He comes in, he spouts off some odd poetry, and then makes a joke. Oh, he's a philosopher. He doesn't even work here. Why would he come into the room? But the responses and the audio track laid underneath most of the episode thing is just
and plus
random grabbed responses.
It is so inserted. It's not even. It doesn't feel that it belongs to that class. It looks. I remember the first time that he showed it to me. That I was surprised because it was fun to see Scott in that role. But I had no idea where he was coming from physically, I mean. Where was his relationship with respect to everybody in the class. And so it was very, very, very weird. I don't know if you remember. What was the reaction of the people at this?
Yeah.
I guess I don't remember enough to say anything, but I would say it's decent response. I guess the type of response that I can see the jokes you're making here, so I'm going to laugh because I see.
Or the people that made this are here.
Or the people that made this are here.
Honestly, I remember, and I'm gonna direct this at myself. I remember showing up to the potluck screening. I hadn't seen the episode yet, and I asked. I think we got there late, and they'd already showed, and they were going to show it again.
Yeah, there was. It was. We caught the second rerun.
I asked one of the people how it was, and she was like, "You were funny in it," and I remember watching it and thinking like, "I'm not." I'm not funny in it. And I feel like there's kind of more of a sense of being forgiving when you're there to the thing that debuts in it. But
all the laughs we got for Bad CGI Sharks, same thing.
What? I actually didn't hear what you said.
All the laughs for Bad CGI Sharks at our premiere.
Oh, yeah, they were just being kind.
Or laughing at the ineptitude.
Possibly both.
One day we won't have to do that, right? We can just say we like our own movie. I mean, I already do that.
It is really weird. And also, if Dean Cundey was there, he probably, part of him committed suicide by seeing the cinematography of a traffic school.
That's easy. That's like 80 times 40.
No, it isn't.
What do you know?
It says here that 80 minus 40% is 48 miles per hour.
Remember, no cell phones during class.
I'm sorry, but I can't go 48.
You're all apparently here because you deserve to be. Rotten apples.
This is the guy who did the Close Encounters and did Jurassic Park, and so he knows a couple of things. He was very friendly.
He's a very nice guy.
Oh yeah, I heard that he is actually he looks also.
Yes, he looks very jolly.
Teddy Berry.
Yeah.
But this one is not even the cameras are the same white balance. It's
yeah.
Well, let's just move on.
MaJaMa.
You're all apparently here because you deserve to be. Rotten apples.
Sounds about right to me.
Sir, I haven't done anything.
Not yet.
I've done stuff.
Who asked you?
Mr. Policeman, do you think we can leave early today from here, like a time off for a good behavior?
Sorry, Missy. Can't do it.
I've already learned so much today.
See? We learned a lot today. We should all be getting out of here.
If you think about it, there is a decent amount of verve with, like we talked about,
There are some characters that stand out and some lines that stand out.
Well, I wanted to get to the guy in the suit and Sheila, who, not even being biased, I think are two best ones.
Yes.
But what I was going to say is think of something like the breakdown of, I believe it's the redhead, and every time he breaks down a transgression, the guy in the suit ping-pongs back off of it.
That's not possible.
There's a lot of very specific, well-written, number-based dialogue that, with a little bit more pep to it, think of the back and forth of...
How about you? What are you in for?
Well, there's a few items here. Going 45 in a 35, going 55 in a 45, going 65 in a 65.
Well, wait, that's not illegal.
The cop said it was a 55-mile-an-hour zone, 65-mile-an-hour highway.
Well, how long was the zone?
About a quarter mile.
If you're going 65 in a quarter-mile zone, that passes you by in a tenth of a second.
Actually, if you're going 55 or 65, that only passes a tenth of a second. Well, that's a speed trap.
Well, that's also the fault of who he's playing off with. The guy in the suit is fucking almost
I'm just saying
perfect.
that the writing is actually pretty good, and there's some energy
There's some
and
funny jokes.
intricacy to these jokes, and I'm going to use that to lead into, without a doubt, I think it's objective to say our star, and this is a good showcase for actors, because, you know, some people worse than others, but some people aren't horrific. However, when I see the guy in the suit, I'm like, that's a lesson. You imperceptibly, you pick up that something is different about his performance that is more believable and flowy. So to me, as a stooge trying to study the absolute mind-boggling craft of acting, which I'm fascinated by.
So, Mr. Perfect, why are you here?
I was pulled over for speeding while going up a hill. What the cop didn't know, that only I know, is that my car, going at a 10% trajectory up a hill after entering the highway 100 yards back, could not have accelerated at a speed over 55 miles per hour. No, at the half-mile distance that I was ticketed.
Only logical. Why didn't you just go to court?
Cop said he got me on video, which I highly doubt.
It's such a good lesson to be like, wait, why does he come across as different? What is he doing? What's the techniques? He's more experienced. His delivery is like, oh, that's an actor. That guy could be doing so. It's smooth, it's believable, it comes out.
Yeah, there is also something that not always is that evident to the layman, if you will. It depends on how strict a director is for the actors to repeat verbatim what he or she writes on the page versus this is the idea, go from A to B.
Who are these people?
So if an actor is diligent, occasionally rewrites marginally, not necessarily, but sometimes you realize that the way you write is not the way you talk.
Yes.
You're more verbose, you're more... And so if you don't repeat the dialogue to yourself and say, oh, I will never say this like that.
Zudi-do, udapa-badua.
So there is also that possibility that this guy seemed a little more navigated, a little more...
And as he's crafting his character, he's trying to think of how would he say
It looked
this
like that he was creating a character, whereas some of the others... I mean, the two...
Then again, I can say there's a lot of redeeming lines from almost all the characters where I'm like, okay, this one line sticks out, this one inflection sticks out. There are a couple of lines from the Valley Girls.
But the two Valley Girls, like for instance, also the fact that, and this is a choice not necessarily of the actors, but they almost look like the same. I mean, the same color of hair color.
Yes, they're very. It's almost like you talked about the Dead Heat Girls, where.
Yes.
Well, you two sure know how to show a girl a good time.
Don't mention it.
Roger, I think I may have some good news.
Rebecca Smithers, Randy James.
Hello?
Oh, you work here?
Yes, actually I do.
Distinguishing
at
more.
least do something, put a bow
It's
in
almost
the
like
head
twins' character,
or
both
something.
chewing gum, both dark hair, both airheady, both dismissive towards the rules.
So either get really two twins to do that.
Twins, Basil, twins.
Austin. I'm sorry to interrupt. Twins, Basil, twins.
You can all be in it.
I mean, that's also the...
But it's incredibly weird, the whole thing.
So, Ruman, your screen partner and fellow stoner...
In Potluck.
The pilot.
Was relaying a story of being offered a project for free and being like, Jason, I want to do it. You know, what's the purpose of acting if you don't act? This and that. And just expressing like, if we're actors, of course we want to act. This is a free project. It might have been a student film. And I relate that to this where like, as unknowns, I feel like it's a bunch of, I don't necessarily want to do traffic school, but what else am I doing? The point is to act. And so I feel like you also have to factor that into projects like this where it's like, I think unknown actors quite often say yes to stuff they would not say yes to otherwise just to work.
Well, yeah.
It's the Michael Caine thing. That if you
Michael Caine's a bit of it. I'm saying specifically these type of people. Like, I look at this and I literally, and I'm speaking from self-experience, I'm not pointing the finger at other people, I'm saying, I look at these people and I see, traffic school, but I want to do something on camera.
You never know what an actual big break could be.
I've already learned so much today.
For once in our small little universe, I don't think, at least I definitely I didn't, but I don't know if the two of you were ever thinking that we would have become big in Japan.
I see you find my secret underground magical movie layer hidden deep within the bowels of Hollywood, California.
You need to stop this right now! Which is a real tragedy. But without it, I can cut, I can stop this adventure. This could go on forever.
No, and still every time...
Traditionally, they're pretty short.
Every time a tweet comes in... Okay, the perfect anecdote for that is I remember one day I woke up and I kind of feel like it paints the picture to say I was taking my morning crap on the toilet. And I'm checking the phone. And I think Japan is our night and their day, back and forth like that. So when I wake up in the morning, usually that's when the new I remember when I would get home from the
Give
late
or take, yes.
When I get home from the late shift, I remember a bunch of times when I get up at
It's
midnight,
about 12
there'd be
hours.
a deluge of Japanese tweets about us when
What are
that
they,
was happening.
vampires?
But I remember I saw there was only one tweet from Japan. And I was like, oh, I woke up to only one today. And I stopped and I checked myself. And I was like, oh, was there only one tweet from Japan about the movie you released they actually have fans of over there? And I had to check myself of like, come on, motherfucker. But yes, that was completely out of left field. Even
which is the point of actors who say, okay, I'm going to go to do this movie.
You never know.
It doesn't pay.
The lottery slogan.
Exactly.
Hey,
you never know.
So is what he said going to be on the written test?
So, moving on to our second character, like I said, it would seem like I'm being biased, but I genuinely think Sheila in her brief role...
No, she plays it perfectly.
She's supposed to be a cute little... Her whole gag is that everyone goes around, what did you do to get
Plus
here?
the fact that she's dressed up in a nice dress with a pearl necklace, the hair's done up.
You, what are you in for?
Nothing, actually.
What do you mean?
I don't know how to drive. I'm just here to learn.
This isn't a driving school.
Oh, yes, it is. Monday through Friday, we are a driving school.
This isn't a driving school today.
No, but that's okay. She can stay. It's just a $29 auditing fee.
That is an enhanced version of Sheila, how she is in real life. She is happy. She is smiling.
I'm just here to learn.
She is radiant and also, which is not small feat, but that's partially is talent, partially is gift, and she is lucky to have both. She actually pierces the video. She pops. It's not just like one of the bland people in the background and everything. She's the how she behaves, what she does, and you genuinely see
the excitement.
The
joke we should clarify
down.
Yes.
The joke we should clarify is, like I said, everyone's going around, what did you do? And Sheila says, I didn't do anything, I'm just here to learn. That line is the crux of our character, and yes, as we've said, everything from the traditional, I'm going to dress up for this, to the eagerly writing down, to even the head nods that everything is said, it's played quite well. And again, you would think I'm being biased, because that's our beloved producer, but no, I
She'd
think...
be great in Father of Morth.
Yeah, you sure? Yep, sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Yep, yeah, sure. So, bright spots in here. We could honestly probably, I don't want to take this much time, we could probably go through every character and either highlight what the positives or negatives were about him.
He was coming up behind me.
He was coming up behind me.
You know what? A couple are, but like you said, credit that most characters are not forgettable entirely.
Yeah.
Most characters have a trait or a line that you could see pop or could see working. So,
but the main problem is that there are too many of them.
Yeah.
So they become forgettable, not because of their inability of creating a character that is meaningful, but because there are so many piled one on top of the other in 16 minutes time that eventually you really don't...
I just realized something.
You're a woman.
We all knew that.
Oh.
Dad, I'm a woman. Surprise, surprise. Traffic school, as stated in this, is a one-time thing. 8 hours and you get your thing taken off, your points off your license.
Yes.
How is this a pilot for a new sitcom? Unless the students change every week, which is not conducive towards the flow of getting to know characters.
But
the whole thing is faulty.
You have the teacher and Jim Sloan.
Yes.
Sheriff Shield. And then you might have a couple
you may have
repeat offenders.
Yes, you may have different guests or you have repeat offenders.
Plus you could break down an 8-hour day into a full season.
But for me, only 5 minutes.
Because Sheila...
1 hour every week?
Half hour.
Sheila's character could be always there because she wants to learn. The guy who has all the tickets could be somebody who has to return. Another couple of recurring characters, but to pile all of them in that class without...
I think it's the cardinal sin of trying to make it look like a real class as opposed to just give them like 5 people.
Especially there is a guy who's credited as the guy with a broken arm, and we never see...
Yeah, everyone else gets to use their real name or gets a name.
and I found out, unless, which is also possible, that the actor happened to have a broken arm, and so he became his...
I have rules.
How'd you break your arm?
I was parked and opening my car door, and somebody came by and sheared it off. Almost took my arm.
I would have reattached it for you.
We'll be like that.
That's just sweet ass we are.
But it never comes
much
to play.
like Shia LaBeouf in Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Yes.
Yeah, when you break your hand, it's hard to button your pants, let alone do something like this. But you got to do it, so you just kind of buck up and get through it, and there's only so much you can fake.
Or Corey Haim in Dream a Little Dream, who broke a leg.
Literally.
Yes, like 2 days before starting production or something.
Who told him to do it?
Come on, Dingus. Come on, Dingus. Let's go. Come on, good boy. I've got work to do. Let's go. Run. Run. Go with it. Run. Why am I running? I have a broken leg.
Because they told him, break a leg for this movie. I said, ta-da.
Ay, perfecto.
There's a joke somewhere in
We'll find it.
What reminds me of the story is that infamously, I think Eminem, before he was about to just become that, just went out one day and might even been on drugs. Probably sounds like Marshall. Just dyed his hair blonde. He walked into where Jimmy and Iovine and Dr. Dre were, and they were like, "Whoa, I think we found your look." Motherfucker probably just got high one day and decided to peroxide himself.
Eminem's blonde?
Not in real life.
Oh.
Check out 8 Mile.
Fuck a Papa Doc, fuck a clock, fuck a trailer, fuck everybody. Fuck y'all if you doubt me. I'm a piece of fucking white trash, I say it proudly. And fuck this battle, I don't want to win, I'm outie. Here, tell these people something they don't know about me.
Brown hair.
True.
I'll force it on this show if my fucking life depends on it. So, anything else we left out? I'm trying to keep these short. Much like a woman who's fucking...
It's fairly quotable.
We should also state, we've watched this about, 30 times in our private time?
You more than me, but
You more than me. Him more than us. Us more than him. Want to do favorite line? Everybody go around?
Yes.
Matthew?
No, you go first.
Hold on, that's going to be... Okay.
It's said so genuinely adorably, it might be I'm just here to learn.
I'm just here to learn.
It's pretty good.
I like when she says...
So is what he said going to be on the written test?
Yeah.
Because of the same thing, it comes out genuine and pure.
I guess I like them all.
Isn't that great? I feel the same way. You must feel it twice as much having his name.
Milking the butter because I have no idea what the fuck is...
Oh yeah, how do we...
I don't know.
I was in the kitchen, melting the butter.
We can ask Scott.
Write in the comment if you know what...
Scott's going to see this?
Yeah.
How's he going to fucking feel?
Well, that's what we were genuine.
Yeah. It's
Wait till we do tweens.
We're going to do tweens?
I don't know. I don't think many guys like me like that. No, they do. You just don't know they do. You think so? Of course. You're beautiful inside and out. You're even more beautiful. And I don't even think that I'm attractive. Yes, you are. It doesn't matter anyways. All that matters is if you're a good person. I wish everybody thought that way.
It's a very good idea. unfortunately, in this case, executed much like this show, probably with zero money, and so of course.
And time, and probably.
Yes.
That's what the fucking Pope said to me. Don't worry, it's going to get better. No, we're going to do tweens. And even younger, tighter.
So that's it. It's
We just.
I think tweens would be older than they normally.
What is twins?
We just
like 11 or 12.
No, but what is twins?
Oh, the short, the.
Scotch
short.
Okay.
We just caught him, the priest fucking a boy. Should we transfer
No,
him? Transfer him. I already transferred my semen into his anus.
Sorry, this is all garbage because we can introduce at the last minute twins. Nobody knows what it is. So.
Lots of girls try to act older than they really are. That's like so annoying. They're probably just insecure. Some boys are even more insecure. They just try to act cool in front of their friends. They also lie about girls who like them. I know, it's like chillax.
It's true, but we'll get to it. I was just chuckling over the fact that Matthew said, don't worry, we're going to do tweens.
Yeah, but you have to say, okay, how...
No, it sounds funny because it sounds like we're actually fucking tweens.
No, but... And so you say, oh, Scott is going to see it. And...
Scott's going to see it.
No, he said that Scott is going to see, and you're saying we're going to do twins. We can't use that because really it's not... It's pointless to do it.
Of course.
So you have to react to that.
Okay, so... Yeah.
Perfect.
Gonna see it.
Flawless. Yes. The editing will be like liquid just flowing through a river.
We'll cut where you say.
It'll be like shit flowing through a sewer.
Yes.
Let's go.
Cheeseburger time. That's how we end that shit.
But we're closed here.
We're gonna get them ordered. We're ordering.
Yes. Okay.
MaJaMa.
Catch the wind. See us spin.
What?
Sail away.
Dude.
Leave the day.
Dude.
Way up high.
Oh, my, get out of the way, please. It's burning, bursting in the flames, and it's falling on the one bed. All the folks believe that this is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world. All the humanity and all the bad shit screaming around it.